Hi, my name's Chris McLaughlin, and this is my friend
Christopher Whitford. You know us better as the Space Pirate and Christopher Whitford on YouTube. And today we're going to do a little unboxing for you. We're going to do the classic Galacticas from Revell and Moebius, as well as the classic Colonial Viper from Revell and Moebius. So we're going to go ahead and get set up for the first one first, and then we'll be right back.
Okay, first of all, we have the original Battlestar Galactica kit. This happens to be a repop for the 25th anniversary. The original came out in the late 70s, early 80s. As you can tell, this is actually a fairly simple kit. Not a lot of pieces.
And basically, after we threw the box there, the kit comes in essentially about 10 pieces total. You have the two hull halves, which as you can see are very simplified as well as hull detail. There's not a lot of hull detail on them, and that was the major complaint with modelers concerning this. I'm going to zoom in there. And
while he's doing that, this is a little aside on my part. I've never had one of these kits where the top of the hull wasn't bent or warped.
And that was a major complaint also with many of these kits. As you can see, we've got the two hull halves of the upper and lower. There is some detail there, but not as much. For those of you that's seen on YouTube and other things, the studio scale, there are battleship parts literally littering the entire hull. Whereas on this, you have some parts, but there's just shapes there and no greeblies. And that was a major gripe with the people that built this kit. They thought it was too simplified. As we pull back, we're going to show you the landing bays and the flight pods now. These, are this is the tops of them. As you can see, they're fairly well detailed, but not at all accurate. According to people on the internet, this is not an accurate detailed representation. I do like the fact that you got tank wheels here, which were on the original Galactica model of the studio. As you can see here, we've got the bottom of the flight pods. Also the decals. And what was the main disappointment really is this. This is the detail pieces in the hull inserts, which as you can see, the nose right here has been a major source of contentment with modelers for 35 years now. But it's just too simplified. It doesn't really represent the Galactica well. As you can see here, the base, the engine compartment, and the two of the primary hull inserts have some detail, but it really doesn't represent the Galactica studio model. And of course, the instructions. As you can see, it's standard Revell instructions for the time, exploded layout parts. All in all, for a 25-year-old kit, it's not a bad kit. However, with the Moebius Galactica, it has now become extinct. So now we're going to set it up and show you what the Moebius Galactica looks like.
And before he does that, I'm going to mention, if you want to see one of these built up nice, go check out Sci-Fi Model Action on YouTube. Our good friend Boyd, he's done a great job putting this kit together with I don't believe he put any photo etch or anything on that kit, but he did light it. And this kit can be built to look pretty nice. And this is a good example of it.
Yes, boys, this is a great example of that kit being built. But now we're going to set up the camera and show you what the Moebius Galactica looks like and give you a look at that. Be right back. And we're back now with the unboxing and comparison of the Revell kit with the Moebius Battlestar Galactica. As Pirate there is holding, there is the box of the Battlestar. So let's go ahead and see the kit now. And as you see, as I pull back, a lot more parts than the original kit. We're going to be walking you through some of these parts here. But first we're going to give a zoom in and just let you kind of see what all you're going to expect with this kit. Now our good friend Brad here, he has already done an epic review of this kit, so we're basically just going to hit the highlights and kind of show you what's going on in this kit. As you can see, we've opened up the bags and the sprues, so this is what we're going to start off with first. Will essentially be the back. As you notice, this kit doesn't have one long haul piece like the original. It has several pieces, so therefore it is a more complex model. As you can see, the primary hull is spread up into two pieces, top, bottom. You still have an insert for the Cobra head, but you also have that nice bridge that will sit up and be able to light. As you can see, engraved detailing, not raised. And I mean, look at the detail. It is more reminiscent of the studio model. Before we were showing you the landing bays, where there's the top of one. And look how smooth and nice. I mean, the detail is just incredible, and it looks just like the studio model. One of the things that was the problem with the Revell kit that's not in this kit, well, they always said the bars were in the wrong place, and as you can see, they've corrected that for this kit. And there again, look at all the engraving, the greeblies. It's the beautiful details. Engine. Now, one thing they did for this kit, which I'm glad to see, is they did a clear piece for the engine hull insets. And as you can see, it's just one piece. That way you can decal it, which I know there are decals out there, or you can paint it. And because if you're going to light this, you've got to have that famous Galactica engine glow. The instructions are typical Moebius instructions. Tells you the color suggestions, how the pieces go together, standard Moebius quality. And one thing I like is the decals. Now, we've been hearing a lot of people say, well, you don't do the decals the same. They do put a notice in the thing about the underside of the hangar bay, the fact that the decal wraps around and you got to do a split right there at the V on the underside. So they want you to kind of remove some excess film and that. Also, you get a Galactica print from Ralph McQuarrie. Ain't that nice? For those of you who know Ralph McQuarrie is, he did concept designs for Battlestar Galactica, as well as a famous movie that's known as Star Wars. But that concludes our little out-of-the-box review. As you can see, there is just tails above, head and tails above the original kit. And we're going to reset now and show you the original Revell 35th Anniversary Viper. See you in a minute. before we do that, there's one thing I wanted to show y'all. Most people have not noticed it, but on the side of the boxes for the starboard and port side, there is a matte painting in there that you can use so you don't have to see through the landing bay, and it's a forced perspective, and that's really nice. Moebius went ahead and above and beyond for that. I'm just saying that is fantastic. And we'll be back in a minute with the 35th anniversary Viper.
Okay guys, now here is a overview of the original 70s, early 80s Viper compared to, we're going to do an overview of it first, and then we're going to show off the Moebius kit. And this is something I have been waiting for a long time. The Viper has always been one of my personal favorite ships, and this new one, the Moebius one, just blows my mind.
Alright, well, first off, he's talking about the Moebius Viper, but what we clearly have here is the 35th anniversary of the Revell Viper. Now, I apologize for it not being in pieces, but this is the only one we have for review, and it's one I'm working on right now. The only thing that is not here with it is the pilot, as it's being worked on at the house, and I forgot to bring it. Anyway, as you can see, it is very, very simple. Hull detail is raised on it, not engraved. Inaccurate in cannons. With the 35th anniversary, they did a cockpit tub to where you can see, so I'm going to let you get in there and look at that as best as you can. With the release of the 35th anniversary, they included a clear cockpit. As you can see, mine's in the process of being painted up and all that, so you can see into it. With the 35th anniversary too, they included new decals, trying to go with that of the Reimagined Galactica. As you can see, you've got, where on the TV show is just the orange marks, you know. I don't even know what these things are, because they are not on the Viper on the TV show at all. But trying to follow the Reimagined, they put parts in for targeting Cylons. They put the Silver Spar Squadron. They put the Galactica Squadron. They also did the pilot names like Lieutenant Bojay, Commander Starbuck, Boomer, and Cylon Kills. None of that was on the original Vipers. Clear piece here, as you can see. This is for the back of the Viper that you would put on. Also, it comes with a stand this time and a nameplate for the Viper itself. Before we got the Moebius Viper, this is the only thing we really had except for garage kits. But as you can see, it's not a bad kit. However, it's not super accurate. So, with that being in mind, you got to realize for the 70s and stuff, before we all got into engraved panel lines, it was not a bad kit. But however, here it is, 2014. We're demanding a little bit more out of our models. So, we're going to do show you the Moebius Viper next, and show you the comparisons and differences and all that. Be back in a moment. Alright, we're back, and this time it is the Moebius Colonial Viper. Now we just got through showing you the Revell Colonial Viper, but this time it's the Moebius, and we're going to show you a little bit of the detail differences. First off, yeah, I've already had a part try to break on me, so we're going to go ahead and take it off the sprue just for these demonstration purposes. As you can see, the fuselage, engraved panel lines, and this was on the actual studio model. It is a little greebly up there, but many people have always griped that that was not on the Revell kit. You always had to put it there. Interior tub looks easier for lighting. The fact is, you could probably scribe out under there, bring your wires under there. I know several people are trying to like this on the internet and Sci-Fi Model Action and SFFMU. As you can see, cannons come in two pieces, inner and outer. Cockpit tub, you'll of course have to drill out or thin the plastic enough for light, or you can leave it like that and you have it light diffusion. Engraved panel lines on the wings. The pilot, well, my only real complaint is the face. The face detail is too soft. It really is just not good. You could have put a better generic face in there for any one of the Viper pilots. I mean, whether you're doing it as Sheba, Starbuck, Apollo, you know, that and include a female body as well. That's another thing that I have a gripe. You should have included a female and a male body. Underside and engines, or engine intakes. That's the underside, as you can see. Engine intake for the nose, engine intakes for the Viper engine cowling. And something new. The only way you could get landing gear before was to order aftermarket parts. Now, Moebius has included the landing gear, and I'm glad to see they modeled it after the pilot model, where you have the rolling wheels. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, go back and watch Saga of a Star World, and where she's sitting on the ground, you see the Vipers have rolling wheels on their landing gear. Alright, engine cowlings and engines themselves. These go at the front, engines, landing bay doors. The other wings for the Viper, as you can see, engraved decal. Clear parts. Engines. Cockpit. And of course, the standard trademark Aurora stand for Moebius. Standard instructions for Moebius. The only thing I don't like about these that they did with the reimagined is the fact with these, they're black and white, where the reimagined they were colored and helped you pick out parts better. Of course, they give you color call out and all that. Decals. Well, unlike the 35th anniversary of the Revell, these just come with standard Viper decals. You don't have pilot names, you don't have Silver Spar Squadron. It's just essentially basic decals for the Viper. For the price of the kit, I still say they could have done a little bit more. But that's just a personal gripe of mine. And last but not least, again, another concept art from Ralph McQuarrie of Star Wars and BSG fame. Well, that's it for our the Revell Moebius unboxing and comparison of the Vipers and the Galactica. You can find me and Spacefire both on YouTube. On Google Plus, it's Sci-Fi Fans and Modelers United. And on the famous website Sci-Fi Model Action. We're always all there. So come find us and come check out all the modeling goodness on these websites. And remember, get out here and build something. Till then.
It's so long. Thanks for all the fish.
Alright, we'll see you later. Bye.